Prominent Filipino personality. Prominent Filipinos are said to be heroines who changed Philippine history, Filipinos who has done exemplary works or has the biggest contribution in the society. Here are two prominent Filipino personalities that is well known for their works and contributions to the country.
Revolution transforms a country and brings out the best in its citizens. Throughout our country's history, there have been numerous stories of extraordinary bravery and heroism, but none more inspiring than the life of Cyrra Aquino, or who we call Tandang Sora, who joined and participated in revolutionary activities that marked the Filipino colonial past at the age of 84. Tandang Sora, also known as the mother of the Philippine Revolution, was a Philippine heroine who was born on January 6, 1812, and despite the fact that she never went to school, she was extremely intelligent even at a young age. She has 6 children named Juan Ramos, Johainna Ramos, Saturnina Ramos, Estefania Ramos, Romualdo Ramos, and Simon Ramos. Her husband named Fulgencio Ramos, a cabeza de barrios or village chief. Tandang Sora ran a small store that became a house for sick and injured revolutionaries. Without regard for her own life or the consequences of her actions, she fed, treated, and encouraged the revolutionaries with motherly advice and prayers. She also offered her home as the location for Katipuneros' secret meetings. She also gave the soldiers food, shelter, encouragement, and prayers, even hosting 1,000 men in her yard during the cry of Balintawak. Despite the fact that she was not a member of the Katipunan, her home became one of the secret headquarters. Her bravery earned the name Mother of Katipunan, which is the Filipino word for revolution. She was also known as Tandang Sora by many Philippine revolutionary soldiers, a recognition of her wisdom and seniority, and is regarded as a counterpart to British nurse Florence Nightingale. The Spaniards arrested Aquino after the learning that she was providing medical care and encouragement to their enemies. When she refused to provide information to the Spaniards, she was deported to the Mariana Islands until 1898, where she remained in exile for 7 years. When the United States took control of the Philippines, Aquino was allowed to return to her home and store, where she died on March 2, 1919. She was 107 years old at that time. Following her death, her contributions were honored in a variety of ways, including the naming of a district and the city road in Quezon City, as well as the inclusion of her image on a 100 peso bill. Despite the physical limitations imposed by gender and age, she taught Filipino women, particularly those in their golden years, that it is never too late to make a difference, that liberty is worth the cost. Tandang Sora and her concrete actions during her time made her remarkable. It will attempt to provide an analogy on how similar actions can be done by women today to become part of the solutions to today's struggles. Cyrra Aquino, or Tandang Sora, inspires me with her bravery. Even in her old age, she was fiercely patriotic and protective of her people. Her bravery defines her, and I am grateful that she is now recognized as a national hero and one of the prominent Filipino people in our country.
Jose Protasio Rizal, Mercado y Alonso Realanda, was a Filipino nationalist, writer and polymath, active at the end of the Spanish colonial period of the Philippines. He is considered as the national hero of the Philippines. Jose was the main member of the Filipino propaganda movement. They advocated for political reforms when the Spanish ruled the country. In 1887, Rizal published his first novel, Noli Me Tangere, The Social Cancer, a passionate exposure of the evils of Spanish rule in the Philippines. A sequel, Yel Filibusterismo, The Reign of Greed, established his reputation as the leading spokesman of the Philippine reform movement. He was executed by the Spanish colonial government for the crime of rebellion after the Philippine Revolution broke out. It was inspired by his writings, though he was not actively involved in its planning or conduct. He ultimately approved of its goals, which eventually resulted in Philippine independence. Some qualities that would describe Jose Rizal are being open-minded, intelligent, and hardworking. Jose really wanted to have freedom in the Philippines from Spain, so that the Filipinos did not have to be controlled by another country. He did not care about himself and cared more about his country. That is why Rizal has a special place in the hearts of Filipinos and is indeed a prominent Filipino personality because of his great love for his country and embodying nationalism. He advocated liberty using peaceful means rather than fighting or rising violence. He is indeed a role model for the society, especially to the future generations. Rizal does not only showed us how to fight for our country, instead he inspired us to have courage and love your own country. He is a living evidence that violence is not the only answer to have peace, and with education, everything is possible. Prominent Filipino personalities have major roles for the country. It is important to have compassion, bravery, love for the country,